So hello, welcome to the podcast with me, Michael, Seth, Will, and Kyle. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
William, speak up!
Can I stop recording for a second? I think it's
Is Michael saying something? I think he just bugged out.
Yeah, Michael is dead. Oh, there he goes. Okay, I'll take over for now. Hello, everybody. Shush! Hello.
We're keeping that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast that I forgot the name of that I named. But the podcast, right? I'm not the host. The person that did the very quick and short intro is the host. I was the host last time. Michael is the host. Now you may be asking, why isn't Kyle the host? And that is because Kyle didn't want to host, so Michael's hosting because he wanted to host. So yeah, but yeah.
It all worked out.
Yeah, it all worked out. Oh, there he is.
So,
what happened?
my dad called. I had to get off. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he won't be calling now. I explained the situation to him.
I took over the intro for you, by the way, so yeah, you can just continue on.
So did you explain what we're doing today?
No, I just kind of said that, I just kind of explained why Kyle isn't the host and what we are, what this podcast is and whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Alright, makes sense. Alright, so today I'm going to make my friends tell me what is the best game they've ever played. And they have to explain the reasons why it is the best game they've played. They cannot choose the same game, they all have to be different games. So, who would like to start?
Hold on, give us some time to think first. We're allowed to think once all of us has thought of our stories / ideas / whatever. We can do that. We're not just gonna go straight into it immediately. We can think. We can just cut this part out or whatever. I think I've got my game.
Alright, sweet. You got your idea, Seth?
Yeah,
Will,
I'm ready.
have you got an idea?
I got somewhat of an idea, sure. I'll
Maybe.
go franchise as well.
It better be a great idea. Kyle, have you got an idea?
Yeah.
So are we all ready?
Yes. Alright,
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I don't. I want to give someone else the flash.
There's not.
Like,
Anyone else want to help?
I ain't going first. I've got a good idea. I think I've got my a good plan out for it, but I want to give someone else the flashlight first.
Alright, so Will or Kyle, who wants to go first?
I know.
I think Kyle, you lost that.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, I would go for a franchise, but the franchise as a whole isn't perfect. But my favorite game, and I'm going to try and convince you that it's its favorite, that it's a good game, is called Infamous, that I've told Seth about like a million times.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game where there is a specific group of humans called conduits who have special abilities because they have a specific gene inside their body that once activates gives them a unique ability unless you manipulate it and make it the same ability as someone else.
Alright.
But my favorite out of the franchise is Infamous 2 because it's the first game I ever cried at.
You cry at the, so it's quite like, is it like anger crying or like sad crying?
Almost the
Sad
same
cry.
thing.
Why would it be anger cry?
Do you mean happy crying or sad
That
crying? Or
game.
like what?
Infamous first second son is the one where I had an anger cry.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
you play as a main character who has a brother, and the main villain kills your brother, and then you go on a rampage.
Alright, so I can understand where you're coming from, why you think that's a good game, because it sounds like an actually not bad game.
As someone who
Do you have
has
any more?
played Infamous Second Son, it is a really good game. I have never actually been able to get through the whole thing, and that's because with YouTube and stuff, I've been trying to play as many games as possible, and although I haven't played that on my channel, I was trying to play it in my meantime, and I just kind of forgot about it, though I would like to get back to it, because I like games where you get an option of who you are, like whether that be your power, your character.
You're giving away the main gimmicks that I was about to say.
Yeah, well, it's yeah. I do.
Anyway, so the whole main gimmick of the game is that you can choose to be good or bad. You can kill or you can save, and it actually affects the world around you.
Oh, so it's like a Detroit. So it's like you make decisions. I like those games. It's like Detroit Become Human. Those are good
not
games.
really. It's not really.
I don't think it that much, like especially for the second son, it kind of doesn't really affect the story except for like a couple cutscenes, and people saying that they hit you.
Yeah, Detroit Become
Like,
Human.
the other games, it's alright.
Detroit Become Human is like you make a dialogue choice and then your ending is going to be an entirely different thing. It's more like you notice differences about the game. I feel like different dialogues rather than an entire different story. You know.
Yeah, no, the ending is basically always the same. Oh, actually, no. Because in the specific game that I'm talking about, the game ends, if you end on a good ending, you kill the big bad of that game, and in that killing, you sacrifice yourself. Saving, you sacrifice yourself and all of Conduit Kind, or so you think, and that leads on to the next game, where it turns out not all Conduits died.
Okay.
But yeah.
So how many?
In the bad ending, you join the big bad gives you his powers, and you become the new big bad, and you use your powers to activate Conduit's abilities, because that's the big bad's ability. But in doing so, you have to kill like 1 million normal people.
That sounds like the end.
I do need to get back to that game, and maybe I'll play it on my channel even. Who knows?
Yeah, you'll probably want to start off from the start though, Seth, because Infamous Second Son isn't really a good game, like compared to the others.
Isn't it your favorite though? What?
No, I said that Infamous 2 is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, I immediately assumed that Infamous 2 was Infamous Second Son because, of the second in it.
No, the Second Son part is because there's a second main character then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the main character dies because supposedly the good ending is the canon ending. There's like a whole thing on there, like what ending is canon. But yeah, supposedly the good ending's canon, all Conduits almost died, or so you think.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
And yeah, you awaken, the second main character awakens his abilities, and it turns out his specific ability is to copy other Conduits' abilities. So that's what the game is about. You go around stealing Conduit's abilities to eventually be power enough to beat Augustine, who, funnily enough, the first main character, his sacrifice, also activated some Conduits. Yes, it may have killed most Conduits, but it also activated some. Which is very ironic considering it was the whole point to get rid of all Conduits.
Yeah, a very, very good game. Very good game. Even just Second Son, which apparently, according to you, isn't as good as the others. I enjoyed playing that.
On First Light, it's more or less a DLC because it's like really small. But you play as one of the side characters in Second Son. And then there's another semi-DLC thing where it's you're the original main character after or before Infamous 2, where you hear about people going into a catacomb dying. You go in, you get bit by the bloody vampire queen, become a vampire yourself, and your entire goal for that game is to kill the vampire queen so that you can become normal again. But it's highly speculated that it's not canon. It's just like a fun DLC.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that does not sound real for an Infamous game. Oh, but it is also considered that she might have just been a conduit, and that was her ability to become a vampire and turn other people into vampires.
Mm.
It does sound like a very, very interesting game.
How many points does he get for it? How many points do I get for it?
Seth, you helped him with his argument. You don't get any points.
Okay. How many points does he get though?
Alright, since Kyle, you did a pretty good description of it. You explained why it was such a good game. I think I'm gonna have to base it off a few points here. So you explain it. That gets 6 points. The game itself sounds quite fun, so I'll give you 8 points for that. And then overall, it just was like you explained why you liked it, like quite a lot, and you explained like why you think it's a really good game. So I'll give you 7 points for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, who's got next? Is it Will or Seth?
I don't mind.
Well,
Either or.
I think Seth should.
Even though you're the host, Michael, you should still just say, like, give us a reason on your favorite game, even though it won't really count towards you being the next host.
The host can participate. Like, the host can say things about their own topic because, you know, the hosts can do whatever they want.
Alright, yeah, I will talk about my game last. My game can be just last. After we decide the winner, it will just be like, yeah, I'll talk about my game.
Right, William, you just dead silent. Are you gonna go, or am I gonna go? Your choice.
I don't know.
You go then. I'll choose.
Do you want me to flip a coin?
Yeah, we can flip a coin.
Yeah, flip the coin.
I'll be sharp.
Choose. Are you heads or are you tails?
I'll be heads.
I'll choose. I'll choose for them.
Oh, no,
Okay,
I'll be heads.
Get fucked.
Either way, I'm flipping a coin. Guess.
Heads. I'm heads.
Oh,
Listen,
Seth got it right. Yeah, Seth got it right. It was heads.
Alright, so I'll go first then. Alright. So,
Already got a film.
I'm pretty sure you guys all know what my thing is gonna be, because I asked for, you know, if we can do
Dragon Ball Z.
if we can do a franchise. And apparently William thinks it's Dragon Ball Z, which is not what I thought that you would think I'd say.
Yeah, I thought that he would.
I was expecting to be like misleaded, expecting FNAF, but no, you would have said Dragon Ball Z instead. So
For
after
this
that,
subject, we have to be honest. So
It was honestly just, I could see it coming from a mile away. It was obviously FNAF.
So you guys expect it to be, you guys think it's gonna be FNAF, right?
Yeah,
But you would be wrong.
oh, what is it then?
It is not Dragon Ball Z either. It's not my
it
favorite game, but I think it would stand up to be one of the best games. And that is
Yes.
Undertale.
Oh yeah.
And
I could agree with you on that. It's
it's
not my
for-
favorite game, but like I could agree with you on that.
it's
I mean, I haven't played the game, but like the parts I've seen, like it does, like give off quite a like good game quality.
it's
watch Seth struggle beat Sans.
it's I'll explain why I think it could be definitely one of the best games, and it's not to be, and it's because, no, well, hold on. First off, I'm going to cover one of the things. I know there's very few people, but the people that do that see like a pixelated game, like an 8-bit game or whatever, and immediately be like, "Ew,
I love
this game sucks." It's like, bro, you haven't even tried the game. A game can be absolutely amazing, and the graphics don't matter. The graphics are literally nothing to judge a game on. If you judge a game on graphics, then please go touch grass. Like, honestly, go touch grass. Like, some of the best games don't have the best graphics.
I mean, that's something that just happens. I mean, like, yeah.
But the reason I like it is kind of partially the reasons why Kyle chose Infamous, and that's because of the fact that you don't really get to choose your character as much as you do get to in, I think, Infamous and stuff, but you definitely, like, the endings are way different. Like, the genocide route, at first in the ruins, it's basically the same other than you one-shot Toriel, but as soon as you even just talk to Sans, the dialogue is almost completely different. You skip all the puzzles, and honestly, it's eerie. It's actually a little, like, creepy, right?
Like, I was bit you showed me when you went back into the game and that flower remembered you.
That isn't even, that's not even the scare, that's not even the creepy part. That's just a cool Easter egg.
One thing that used to absolutely terrify me is when you finish a genocide route is Kara.
Yeah.
If you refuse her, like she asks you, do you want to delete the world? If you refuse her, she does like this sort of jump scare kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it used to terrify me when I was little.
Yeah, I could see how that would, but like the
You're right. You kind of just. Yes.
Yeah. What?
Hello.
I'm here.
Oh,
Did I cut out?
kind of just. Yeah, you kind of just shut up for a second. I was like, oh god, what happened?
Oh well.
With
What I was saying was like the what was I saying actually? Yeah, so the creepy part about it isn't for me like the jump scare at the end. It's like when you're grinding, it's like all like, oh, I'm in a fight and you're killing all the monsters, and then you're expecting like another monster or something, or you're just grinding to get more, and then all of a sudden it's just no one's there. It's the Flowey's music heavily slowed down.
You cut out.
And then it just says, but nobody came. And it says that over and over again for the rest of the game until you get to a new area. And all the boss fights are just...
Seth?
What? Hello?
Wait, you guys cut out, or was it just me?
it's
I think
literally
it's you, man.
Huh?
Hello?
I'm here.
He's cut out. Kyle can't hear us, I think.
everyone
I think it might be
understand.
me.
Wait, William and Michael, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, he's...
Okay, well, he's back.
Hello, can you hear us now, Kyle?
Yeah, well, yeah, what happened?
We could hear... They could hear me just fine.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
okay.
hear.
Hey.
Okay.
Alright, so yep.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's like it just gets really creepy. No one is there, and the music is like Flowey's theme, like heavily slowed down. Which Flowey's theme is usually pretty happy and stuff, but when it's slowed down, it's just eerie and disturbing. And I don't know how. It doesn't even sound like. It's like slowed down so heavily, it doesn't even sound like Flowey's theme. It just sounds, I don't know, it's not even music, it's just something that's like, it gives me chills. Like the first time, and like for the first few times I saw it, it was like, oh, I got actual chills down my spine. And it's not even like it's scary because like you feel like you're in danger. You know you're alone, and you feel like you again, like you feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. But like you are the danger. Like you are literally Walter White, but like for some reason that's scary. It like masters it perfectly. But it's like it nails horror perfectly, and honestly, I would say it's more eerie, not scary, because scary, it's more eerie than some of the FNAF games. Because, like, the FNAF games, they're built to be scary, but the problem with them, other than FNAF 4, it nails that throughout the entire game and is terrifying no matter how you play it. Other than FNAF 4 and maybe FNAF 6, because it's actually... FNAF 6 also nails it really well, because, like... it's not as good, it doesn't nail it as good as FNAF 4, but you never expect the jump scares. There's never a situation where you expect the jump scares. With FNAF 1, you can always know when the jump scare's about to happen because Either Foxy's out of his cove, Freddy is doing Torador March, or you can't close the doors because Bonnie's there. You always know when it's going to happen. And the other problem that FNAF has is that it gets so hard that it stops becoming scary. Like, with the 5th, 6th, and 7th night of FNAF 1, you're not scared anymore, you're just struggling to survive. It's not scary, it's just hard. Same with FNAF 2. FNAF 2 is unnecessarily hard and sometimes even impossible to beat. Because, like, there's some situations where you can't win. And FNAF 3, it's not scary. Full stop.
Yeah, the jump scare is kind of, like, useless. Like, Springtrap's jump scare should have been so much better.
Lean in jump scare, like, literally.
And then, like, FNAF 5, it like, you'd more struggle than it was scary. At the start, when you, like, crawled through things, that was when it got scary, but then, like, at night 4, it was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw something if I can't get out of this mask.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, FNAF 4, I don't even need to talk about it. That's just terrifying. FNAF sister location, like you were saying, it actually kind of nails the scary factor because, yeah, the night 4 is so hard that you forget about how scary it is. It just gets a certain correct amount of violence and not being too hard, other than night 4, that it's so different from the games. The gameplay is just different enough that it's not like how the other games work, that it's hard but not in the same way the other games are, still making it scary. You know?
Yeah.
6 nails scariness because you can never expect it and it's not too hard. I hate hard games, honestly. It's why I'll never play Dark Souls games. Hard games, like if a game is hard, then yeah, wow, that's good, right? It's supposed to be a challenge. But if it's so hard to the point that it's like, oh my god, I've been doing this fight for fucking 5 days, I don't want to do this anymore, then it's like not fun anymore, right? But FNAF 6 nails that. Ultimate Custom Night, it's so hard to the point where it's like, it's only there to be hard. I don't even need to talk about that. It's not scary, it's just full on hard.
Like 1% of people can actually like complete the entire game of Ultimate Custom Night.
Yeah, like it's not the high chance of beating it. Help Wanted nails scariness too. It's a lot of people's favorites because it's VR, and though it's basically the same games as before, it's way scarier in VR. I've gotten used to it, but yeah. Security Breach, it's like a baby game, not scary, other than like maybe when you're in the shattered part with like Roxanne Wolf and Chica, like when they're shattered and they're hunting you. That's a little eerie. That's a little but it's not scary. It's more. It's not even hard to. It's kind of like a just experience it game. Ruined, it came back for the scariness for me. It's not necessarily that scary, but it's definitely scarier than Security Breach, and it's not hard. Like, if a game it's too easy, honestly, but it's not too easy. For me, a game can't be too easy because then it's just, fun. You're not there sometimes you're not there for how hard it is.
Well, Undertale, why are we not talking about FNAF?
I'm yapping on, but I will get back to Undertale. But yeah, Rowan was kind of good for me. I liked Rowan a lot. And then Help Wanted 2, again, VR nails it for me. It's really good. It's actually scary. But yeah, back to Undertale. So, in some situations, yeah, Undertale would be scarier than FNAF for me. Other than FNAF 4 and 6, I'd say. And it would be scarier, or at least eerier, or more disturbing. So yeah, it has horror. And the music, I don't even need to touch on the music. The music is the best music that any game has ever had. I don't care what you say. Best music in any game. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard music in that game, and it is actually pretty good.
The music is so iconic and not copyrighted that it's just like, the music. If you don't know the game, you know the music. There's no way that even if you like, oh, well, I know this music. I've never heard a song from Undertale. You've heard a song from Undertale, you just didn't know it was from Undertale.
It's in the background of almost every YouTube video.
It's like literally the music, the video game music, basically. It's just so good. And it teaches a good lesson in the pacifist route, and also even in genocide, because you still get punished in the end for all your crimes. And it's perfectly hard. Like, the Sans fight, horribly hard, but if you do it enough times, you will beat it. You will beat it. It will take a while. It will be stressful, but you will beat it, and you will eventually be able to beat it almost every time.
Some games just take time to beat, and I mean, like, if you don't have the patience to like hold out a game for like just playing it and then come back to it eventually once you've like had a break from it for 2 seconds and think about it, then you don't deserve to play video games at all if you can't take a break for 5 seconds and go like, oh my god, this is so hard, I've been playing it for 1 minute, I can't beat it. That's just sore loser.
Yeah. But the Sans fight is hard. Never underestimate the Sans fight. One day I'm gonna have you over, Michael, or I'm gonna come over to the to yours with a PlayStation, and make you do the Sans fight. You won't beat it. You won't beat it in the time that you're there. Oh, maybe. Nah, maybe. I don't know. Like
Probably not.
You are not going to beat it on your first try. If it's your first try ever, you're not gonna beat it. That's full stop.
It would be funny if I did, but I know I would.
No, you wouldn't. I would actually bet all my money in my bank account that it's impossible. Like, you can watch as many videos as you like. If it's your first time ever, then you're not beating it. But yeah, what did you say, Kyle? You're a bit muffled.
Yeah, Kyle, yeah. Nossled again.
Everyone just Kyle, say what you want. Kyle,
The hell?
are you there?
Yeah.
I would say what you said before. Say it again. We couldn't hear you. It was muffled.
Smash the heater.
I said something about betting all my money in my bank account, $2 on that bet.
But
Hold
yeah,
on, I gotta be back.
I would.
Yes.
I would. You might want to mute your thing, William. Alright, but yeah, I absolutely would bet that is impossible to on your first try ever. Not your first try on a run that you've like. I'm not talking about like if you've beaten it before, you restart the game and you do it again. Like your first time ever doing it, you're not beating it. Full stop.
Yeah.
People wanted to be added to the not suspicious group, so I just added them.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, so it covers hardness perfectly hard. Fine. It's scary sometimes. It's not too scary again too. Like, it's not like you're gonna have nightmares about it or anything. You could, who knows? I wouldn't be shocked if someone who was easily scared would have nightmares about that. If they were really easily scared. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, it covers scariness and hardness perfectly, and also the character, the depth in each and every character is so perfect. Like, side characters have depth in them. Like, I'm pretty sure there was this, what was it, a horse person that ended up being trans in Deltarune or something like that. And that, like, it was literally just someone who only appeared at the post-pacifist side of it. And you're going back and looking at everyone, and they just got a dress on Metaton, and they turned trans in Deltarune. Like, that is already so much, like, character development, character depth for someone who was just a person that didn't even show up throughout the game, only in after one of the, like, endings, and you're about to leave the underground.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, character depth, and whenever you have to kill them, or they die, or Flowey comes back again, it makes you be like, oh my, no, like, you get attached to the characters really easily. It does it perfectly. It's just great. But yeah, that's my thing. I rambled on for that way too long. I could ramble on for it more, but that's my thing. I'm gonna make you play it one day, Michael.
I'm going to enjoy doing it because it sounds good. So, you describing it in its detail and everything, I think that deserves 10 points because you went on, like, I don't even know how many minutes about,
Yeah,
like...
I certainly do like to rant.
You really do.
I mean,
jeez. That was a little bit laggy for me. Yeah, so Seth, I'm going to give you 10 points because you explained it very well. The game itself sounds pretty fun and creepy at the same time. Would I be correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Only if you play the genocide route, though.
Yeah, it's only creepy if you play the genocide route. If you play pacifist route, expect no creepiness. Expect no fright.
Oh, except for like Flowey's face. He makes a face. But
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
really creepy.
Flowey's final fight. Final fight. No, yeah, final fight, not final fight. Flowey's final fight. That's that. When I first saw that, I was like, oh my god, that is creepy. But yeah, that's not. Yeah.
It's not really that scary though, unless you play the genocide route.
Yeah, it's not gonna be frightening unless you play genocide. But yeah.
Alright, so the game itself sounds like pretty fun. I would probably play it, and I like different experiences, so I'll give you 7 points for that.
Another 7 points or oh wait, no, never mind. I just forget I said anything. Oh, never mind.
And then overall, it really does sound like a very, like, the overall of, like, what you talked about was, like, it's quite, like, it doesn't matter about graphics. Like, graphics don't always picture into a video game. It's usually about the story, and this story sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's up there with that for me. It may not be like.
Even though the Flowey fight isn't even pixelated, except for like the face.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that, I'll give you 6 points.
Okay.
And then that's your score there, and I'll announce that later.
Okay. William, you go.
Yeah, you're the last one.
Alright. I was like thinking about, alright, so I've got a franchise for you. I think you've already heard of it. It's Assassin's Creed.
Okay. I love Assassin's Creed.
Alright, so describe
So
it, I
he's
think
biased.
how Assassin's Creed goes. You are, an assassin. Play much of the games, obviously. So I can't really move on. You're taking down a cult or leader, some person, going through a very painful mission of doing stuff. Pretty much like a rebellion sort of thing, a hidden rebellion kind of for people. Terrible at describing things. This situation right now, I can't describe much.
We all know Assassin's Creed. It's okay.
Assassin's Creed. There's not much to describe about.
Yeah, it's.
Well, you just go into the lore.
You're a guy who just aim to kill someone, and then you kill them, and then
It's not a guy. It's Enzo, I think his name is. Can't remember. Depending on the game you're playing. I mean, the original, I'm pretty sure it's Enzo, so. Something like that. I can't remember his name. Terrible much.
I mean, Assassin's Creed, like, if you've never heard of Assassin's Creed, where the hell have you been? Like, Assassin's Creed.
Wait, Will, you could talk about the real life side of Assassin's Creed.
This is a fucking real life.
Real life?
What?
You mean real life?
You mean, you know how they're going back in memories and shit?
Oh yeah, I thought you were like, what? Is there an ARG on this? What?
I'm trying not to give too much away so that I don't ruin his.
So the enemy. This, I'm pretty sure it's just regular Assassin's Creed. There, and what the enemies, you collect a blood sample from a specific person. And then what you do is you look into their previous life and see what they had done. And stuff. Yeah, you kind of just like look back on their life and relive it pretty much. I'm pretty sure there's like a movie on it or a show.
I think it was a series.
Series?
It wasn't that like a series. Creed or something?
About that.
Yeah, Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was
There's a movie
hell was
called
that?
Creed, but it has nothing to do with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
It's about like.
I haven't watched it. So I don't know.
I haven't got much.
So is that your argument?
Yeah. I mainly chose Infamous because it was my favorite thing, but because I also went deep into the lore, that's why I chose it. So I could speak about it.
Go deep into the
Even
lore.
though it's the lore of Undertale, so he could speak about it really well.
So, like, yeah, well, yeah, keep going. So is that your,
Blaster!
I think that's just the conclusion because I haven't got much more.
okay, so that's all you've got. Alright, so your descriptive skills on Assassin's Creed are,
I'm not a very descriptive person, so just rate me low. That's fair enough.
you're
Bro was the
mild.
opposite of me.
I'll give you out of 5 because I know Assassin's Creed is not, it doesn't have so much to it so that you can describe. It's really just about the one thing, so I'll give you 5 points for that. The game, like, me playing the game is very likely because I've played it before. It's just, yeah. So, since I've played it, I'll give that another 5 points because, yeah. And then, overall, it's a pretty good game. I like it. It's nice. I'll give it 8 points. Alright, so...
Hello.
It's announced the win. Okay, sorry, I cut out. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time to announce the winner.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Didn't you have a game?
well, no, I'll just, oh yeah, I may as well explain before I announce the winner. Alright, so, I've got a few options here, but I'm gonna choose this one because I know at least 2 out of you have played it, but it's like one of you does not like it, one of you likes it. So this is just a game I do like because I think it has quite an unlimited possibility, like it lasts for quite a while. It's Fallout 4. Yeah. Fallout 4, in my opinion,
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, that's I
The
was
Red Dead-
choosing.
I mean, Red Dead Redemption is awesome. I like it. I just thought that you guys didn't really much care.
No, I like it. I like Red Dead Redemption 2. I've only seen Red Dead Redemption 2.
But then I'm talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 then. It's an amazing storyline. And like when Arthur dies, you feel
Arthur
like
dies? What? What?
It's
You just ruined this whole thing. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, like, it's so funny when you watch people react to it. Every single person, no matter who they are, cries, except for Markiplier. Markiplier is like the only one I've ever seen not cry at Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, he only
Like,
cried with
when-
his own fan base.
They cry. When Arthur dies, they cry. It's like, yeah. And then, like, the entire storyline of what happens is just awesome. And, like, it explains what Red Dead Redemption is about. I played Red Dead Redemption Remastered, because I've never played the original. But, like, the thing was, since I played Red Dead Redemption 2 before the other Red Dead Redemption 1 was, like, terrible compared to Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, in all honesty.
Number 1. And then there's number 2. Obviously number 1 wouldn't be as good as number 2.
Yeah, even though it was remastered, it did look remastered from the older edition of it, but then, like, it just wasn't as good. I mean, like, the main character can't swim in Red Dead Redemption 1. In Red Dead Redemption 2, once you take over as that character, because, like, Red Dead Redemption 1 is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption 1. When you take over the character as John Marston, in Red Dead Redemption 2, when you go into the water, he, like, slowly drowns. In Red Dead Redemption 1, if you or your horse just touches water, you die. You instantly die. It's like John just, the character just dies. It's just, he's dead. Which is like, Red Dead Redemption 2 is, like, so much better, and the graphics are good, although graphics don't really make up a game. The storyline is just, like, 10 out of 10, and I think it's a really good game. And, like, it won a few awards, too, if I'm right about that, and I think it's just an awesome game. So, yeah, that's my game.
Yeah, well, touching the graphics, again, the graphics debates, quote-unquote debates, again, if a game has amazing graphics, like really, really good graphics, you can absolutely judge it based off of that. Like, a game can have absolutely great graphics, but bad story, and you can say it's a really good game, simply because of the graphics. But if a game has really shit graphics and a really good game, you can't judge it based off that. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, but then Red Dead Redemption 2, like, there are some faults, and it sometimes does make you angry, like, in some departments of it. Like, when you try to do some mission, but then you, like, die constantly because you're doing nothing wrong, or, like, one of the other characters die in it, and then you have to restart. That kind of annoys you, but it's not like I would rage quit. I'd never have rage quit Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a great game. And, like, I think it explains just a lot of, like, the storyline. So, like, it goes really into depth. And, like, it's not just a storyline. It's a really open-world game. Like, there's many things to do outside of just doing the storyline. Like, bounties and, robbing people. And, like, there's quests, like, side quests you have to do. And it's just an amazing game. Like, just an
touching on, like, those, like, quests / missions that you have to do where, like, if your ally dies, then you die and you have to restart the mission. Those always suck. Like, those actually really suck. Because, like, the bot is always so stupid and always manages to get himself killed, but only on those missions. Only on those missions.
But it's like you really have to rely on yourself. It's not like you can rely on the computer in the game. You have to shoot every single guy you see.
Yeah, exactly, but you also have to defend them because they're idiots.
That's true. That is true. That's a fault of Red Dead Redemption 2. And I mean, like, I'm not saying that makes the game so bad it's unplayable.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying that it's a bad game because it has those missions. It's just like a little pet peeve, you know? It's nothing too big. It's just a little, I hate those.
Yeah, it's just like, you can't really just complain about that one thing and go like, oh my god, this ruins the game. So, yeah. But, like, it does give you quite a bit of range of things to do, and it honestly does just, like, it makes you feel like just a cowboy. Honestly, like, you make decisions that can change the ending, or it's basically two endings. You can help John and then, like, die the honorable way, or you can go back for, like, a lot of money that your gang had that betrayed you, and you can take their money and try to capture the money. But, like, Arthur has tuberculosis, so he's, like, dying. So, like, in the battle, he actually manages to hold himself up against, like, the final battle, like, of this guy who was in your gang. He manages to hold up and actually beat the guy. But then, like, he's really weak, so he can't really do anything else. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have, like, there are some decisions in that game that, like, do change a little bit. But, like, it's not like, oh my god, the game has shifted into an entirely different direction. It's like GTA 5 with the endings. Like, it changes your ending, but it doesn't change, like, yeah, it changes Arthur's ending, basically. It doesn't change John's. Yeah. John just kills the main protagonist.
One thing you mentioned before, like, just because of this one thing, it doesn't, like, this ruins the whole game. I hate people like that. Like, people that have, like, there's one slight problem in a gameplay thing, or one thing is a little too hard, or one thing that they don't like, or even the story in a game. One small thing, and they immediately say the game is absolutely horrible. Like, a lot of people hate Sister Location simply because of Nightfall. Like, yeah, Nightfall's annoying, Nightfall's hard, Nightfall's tedious, but you can beat it, and it can be done, and once you do, it feels really great. And the endings are cool. It's one of the most brutal FNAF games because it actually shows you die rather than just a static. You know?
Yeah, and then they hate Security Breach because of like the glitches. But in all fairness, it was still a good game. It may have been a little bit more childish than compared to like FNAF 4 or FNAF 6. But it's like you can't just say that that's the worst game you've ever played. That's still a good game nonetheless.
The worst game you've ever played is E.T. on the Atari, but ignoring that, Security Breach, I kind of could understand how some people could say it's a bad game because, yeah, the glitches, but it also is a little more than that. It's not hard, which means that there's no challenge to it. It's not scary. It's really childish and silly.
Yeah, I think the whole point of the Security Breach, though, that people hated was that it was too bright and happy.
Yeah, it was too bright and happy, which Ruin absolutely fixed. Ruin made it way better with that. There's a lot of things that you could nitpick about Security Breach. I still like it because it's a FNAF game and it still has story and it has the most confusing story, which is another thing that people hate about it. But that's what I love about it. That's the whole FNAF concept.
Yeah, but then when they brought out Ruin, they couldn't find anything to complain about, so they just said it was okay. But it's literally like a great game.
They literally fixed every single bad thing about it, other than that it wasn't hard.
Yeah, and it basically showed I show speeds meat. It literally made that happen.
Yeah, it shows the meat.
Hard when before they added the ability to save after 6 a.m.
Yeah, no, so that's also an actual problem. Security Breach became hard when you couldn't save after 6 a.m. And that's not just like, oh, now this... It's not like it's finally a challenge. It's like, oh my god, this isn't even a challenge. This, if you need to hop off to have dinner, you just lost everything. It's not even like a situation where you died and you need to get back to it. It's you didn't have dinner. You had to have dinner, and so you lost everything you've been working on for 6 hours.
Yeah, it's like that. But that's why they fixed it and put one save location.
Yeah,
which I
that
found
was way better. That made it harder, but also not literally impossible if you have dinner. Yeah.
I mean, because you can just save it and eat your food and then just go back to it and go like, okay, I'm back playing this game. I mean, yeah.
6 a.m. itself was a save point, so you don't have to go back and complete a couple things.
Pardon? You're a little glitchy.
Yeah.
So the thing is that 6 a.m. itself, like when you get the option to go, stay, or leave, like 6 a.m. itself is an option is a save point.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
But it's also, at that point, you're supposed to have one full animatronic that is still in complete working order, Freddy without one upgrade, a whole 5 endings that... No, this should be, unless you went to Phaser Blast, there should be a whole 5 endings that you need to get, and if you get one of them, you're also back at the very beginning. And it's just like, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's why having the saves was much better. It just really was.
But still all started cooking after Ruin with Help Wanted and Ruin and stuff. I can't wait to see what they do next. It's going to be great.
So are we going to conclude this, or are we just going to keep talking?
We will end this. We can talk for as long as we want.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen the new FNAF game that's coming out? It's based on the book Into the Pit.
Yeah, it looks great. It's pixelated. Again, graphics don't matter. It's pixelated, but it still looks great. It looks amazing. It looks scary.
I'm
It's
so...
kind of like the arcade games and the original FNAF games.
Yeah.
It looks like quite an arcade-ish kind of game. I was wondering, like, if they made an arcade game. Like, actually, finally. Like a FNAF game.
But yeah.
I mean, it's not running. Like, come on, create a FNAF arcade game.
It does look great. It looks great. FNAF has been taking constant W's since Ruin.
So hold on, guys. What's your opinion on Poppy Playtime?
I have it on my PlayStation. Worst $7 I've ever spent. Like, it's
Poppy Playtime.
No, wait, hold on. Let me speak. Chapter 2 and 3. 3 looks alright. I haven't seen 3 since it came out, and it's been nowhere near my For You page. It's just
Every now and then.
it's barely around for me. Chapter 2 looks great, but you can only get Chapter 1 on PlayStation. And let me say, Chapter 1 is a waste of $7. Chapter 1 is so short and just bad. Like, again, when it came out, it was just an indie game, so you couldn't judge it. But compared to the other games, it's not. It's just not.
Probably 2 lasts like much longer. I feel like
Yeah.
probably playtime chapter 1 was just like a little bit of a like. Hey,
was
I'm
more
just
like a
gonna
demo.
Make this makes money. I'm just gonna make a second one that's longer. It's like that's what happened.
The second one was good. It had nice mini games. It had new mechanics. It had a new villain. It had a good ending. Well, somewhat. It had an alright ending. I liked the mummy's death.
Yeah.
The prototype
I mean, like-
mystery. The lore. The lore's alright. Nothing too crazy.
No, it's like Matt Pat, like kind of like in all honesty,
leaving.
Matt Pat really did like focus on Poppy Playtime though, but it's like when he said it, it all made sense. Like it was just there, like it was obvious. Like, it wasn't like FNAF lore where you'd have to like go watch a 20-minute video, oh my god, and then like realize one thing of FNAF. It's like a 5-minute video, Poppy Playtime, you understand it all. You just understand all.
1,000 piece puzzle.
Yeah.
Anyway, what? I was listening. I was just crying in the background. But yeah, if we have no more games to talk about or anything, we could wrap this up. It's 58 minutes so far.
Nice.
Michael?
I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Cool. Is there any other game you guys would like to talk about? I mean, like...
No, I'm done. I'm fish out. I'm pretty sure William's
Yeah,
fish
alright.
out. He's been dead silent other than the time he had to explain Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I think Will's just playing the game and he's just waited for his turn. Will, are you there?
No.
Okay. And Kyle, do you have anything else to talk about?
No, I'm all good.
Yeah, so it seems like...
Alright. So, the winner with 23 points,
23 points.
And the winner-
Let's get that.
the person who will do the next podcast is... Dun, 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 Seth.
Oh, okay.
He wins the podcast. It's just...
Wow.
he wins.
Who knew that 15 minutes of straight talking could do that?
Yeah.
But yeah. As the winner, I would like to say thank you to Michael, and my co-contestants. William was very loud. He should have shut up more. Kyle was very cool and chill.
Yo.
Like he always is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah. Alright, I'll think of a good topic for you guys next time.
Sweet. I look forward to it, in which I will win again, host again.
You didn't win last time, actually. Kyle won, but he didn't want to host, so you didn't win.
Oh, well, I will win this time. I'll win fairly this time.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Okay.
unless we have any other finishing talk, we could just quit recording right now.
I think so. I mean, I think we've described all the video games. I mean, like, maybe next time we talk about horror games.
Maybe.
I thought that
don't know.
would be...
I'll take a break from games probably because we've already done video game tier list and what is the best video games. I'll get a good one. I'll get a good one for you guys.
Yeah. Let's, like, come up with a real life situation, like most moment with rage or, like, you know, anything like that.
I'll see what I can do. But yeah. But I'll finish it off as I am the winner. So bye everybody. My name is Markiplier and Markiplier off. Recording has stopped. Oh, no, it hasn't. Whoops. Recording has stopped. Oh, no, it hasn't. Hold on.